everybody. I am back. That's right. It's Jessica Koch, your host of Profound Professionals. It's the interview series that has been coming to you for 8 years now. We've been bringing you global industry experts from all over the world. And woof, we're on the other side of the world today with our guest. We bring you leaders that can help improve your personal life or grow your business. Today, you are going to get business knowledge that will grow your business on fire. We have an amazing guest. Davit, I'm hoping I'm getting it right, is a serial entrepreneur, angel investor, and business practitioner. And he is based in Georgia. And we're not talking the USA. Okay. He has more than 15 years of working experience in technology, energy, business, investing. He's just a really smart guy. And he is married. He has a beautiful daughter. His daily support is for small and medium businesses and startups, and he helps them with growth development, strategic decisions, and operational efficiency. And let me tell you how much money is sitting in operational efficiency. It is such an important piece that so often gets missed. If you're a genius in technology or software or other tools, you may not be so in the operations space. And that is an important piece that can really keep you from succeeding the way you want to. And so that is why we have brought this brilliant guest to you today. So welcome.
Oh, Jess, thanks a lot. I mean, that was pretty great introduction. I think best I got so far. Thank you for that. Thanks for inviting. Yes, I mean, most part of this is true story. Besides, I'm not being angel I'm without wings, but I
That's
do
right.
investing to the startup. So thank you.
That's
Thanks a
right.
lot.
Yeah, I think introductions are my superpower. I really I love giving good introductions.
Yeah, that's an important part of the show. I would say the first
Yeah.
couple of minutes.
All right. So tell us how you became. I mean, everyone wants to say, I'm an investor, I'm a philanthropist, I'm an angel investor. That just sounds really good. So, how do you get to that space? What was your journey to get there?
Okay, so yeah, it has been a long journey. I finished my bachelor's in Tbilisi, Georgia, and my field of study was IT. So
Mhm.
basically, I focused on the things that I was pretty interested from my childhood years. Then I started my career from 2008, and I was actively into the IT field almost 10 years. So it was 8 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. And it was various fields, hardware, software, and so on. And then after this long career, it was a very funny story how I decided to move on, because I used to have a very nice job. I was, yeah, sitting and waiting for some issues to happen. And if you have nice system in the IT, there are no issues. Fingers crossed. And I remember that I realized, and this was the year when my daughter was born, and I realized that I could not get more than I wanted. So there was,
Mm.
much more to develop myself. And then I analyzed myself. I tried to do it objectively, and I said,
Mhm.
okay, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And where can I use them? And then I, just together with my colleague, started first company. It was nothing related with the startup. It was classical business. It was IT business. We succeeded. We did 7 figures in 2 years. So we developed another companies based on that, and then we grow into the holding. And the last year, I sold my first company and the last company, and then I moved my focus onto the different ones that I own. My basic business now is the energy business. We
Mhm.
are building power transmission lines, we have factory and so on. It's very brick and mortar,
Mhm.
but my passion to the technologies and everything related to innovation, I did to manage together with the business angel network which we have in Georgia. It's called
Mhm.
Axel. I'm part of Axel, and we are 100 angel investors united
Mhm.
into the mission to develop startup ecosystem not only in Georgia but also cross border. We are part of the European Business Angel Network, and Axel is on the board of the directors of the EBAN, European Business Angels. So yeah, and yeah, I became angel investor. So now, now I'm investing into startups, and
Now, do you
my
invest in the United States and Canada also, or mostly just Europe?
I had no chance, but definitely if there is a chance, I'm gonna do it. But we have invested into European startups, into Central Asian startups, Georgian startups, and so on. But yeah, US is my big love. I've been there this year.
Oh, yay! Where'd you
Yes,
go?
I went to New Orleans. There was a very good energy exhibition, and then I went to Hollywood just to see and to enjoy the cities and just to see that side of the U.S. But I'm planning to visit. I think in December there should be some very nice opportunities to visit as well. So yeah, let's see. So far, so good. And yeah, my latest development is the that you mentioned. I'm supporting small and medium enterprises and startups with a variety of very niche topics. That you cannot really learn somewhere. It's like
Mhm.
based on the practical experiences. This is shortly about me and my
So,
story.
so you have about 8 companies now still that you own and manage, including the holding
Yeah,
company, right? And you're helping these smaller startups get growth development, so sales and marketing on some level, I imagine, strategic decisions. So I guess when to grow, when to take the next step in growth, when to hire, and then operations, which is really important. All of the tools and expenses and the money part of the company. I think fall into a lot of the operations. The COO and the CFO usually have to work pretty closely together. And with the startup, sometimes they don't have those positions even in place. It's just the one guy or the one girl. Could be a
yeah.
girl, right? Could be a girl.
Girls are better. Girls are multitaskers. They can do a lot of things on the same plate. So definitely, it's a girl. If it's multitasking, then it's a girl. Yeah, it's a pretty. Yeah, I don't manage those 8 companies. No, it's not possible to manage eight
Yeah.
companies. I'm okay. The maximum involvement into my companies now from my side is to be on the board of the directors, and
Hmm.
maybe on some strategical points I'm involved because I cannot do it obviously due to,
Hmm.
I mean, I cannot do it good, so
Hmm.
it needs a lot of time. And with this SMEs mainly, there are, I always say, like, if there was someone who could just advise on very these small topics when I was in the beginning, that would be very nice.
Hmm.
Someone who could say that, okay, this might be riskier and that might be not risky, something like this. Very
Hmm.
small sentences. And now I try to do that. And now I try to let the founders or let the operational team find you know in themselves the vision, or shift their vision into the different direction, just to show the different ways. And then usually they do it by themselves. That's the point of, I think,
Hmm.
advisory and support.
Well, I think that's awesome. And so you're moving into a capacity where now your companies are run, by a team and staff, and you're just checking in on them. And this is giving you space to do some coaching and collaborating and investing and working with small companies as they start up to have them be successful.
Yes, and I think it's important because it's not only that you serve the clients, but it's also something very nice to do because you are
Mm,
supporting the people to grow. I
mm,
think that's the point of community. That's the point of
mm,
if you know something, you support me, and if I know something, I support you. That's my
mm.
mindset.
I think that's beautiful. So give everybody a tip. So medium-sized business, small business, what's a tip of something you see that could really help them have a difference, that you could share?
I was thinking, I mean, I always think a lot about these topics because very simple questions might
Mm,
have very deep philosophical, understanding. And sometimes I overthink it, but now in my path and now no, in my position that I am, I think that the greatest tip would be sometimes you need to shift your focus in order to understand better the situation. Like when we want to solve something, we are so much focused on one topic that sometimes we're overborn or something, and sometimes you have to just to do a little pivoting, and you see that okay, this might because a couple of months ago I used to do that. We used to live in a different country for the last 2 years together with my family, and we come back to Georgia just in June, and it was so much happening, for me, and I needed this shift of the mindset, and I did it with the help of my friends and the mentors. So I think this is the greatest tip I can give you out now. That okay, don't focus too much and just shift a little bit, and then you will see that this problem might have the different perspective.
yeah, that gives you it's like seeing the forest for the trees, right? So if you
Yeah,
can step back or adjust your viewpoint or your stance on
yeah,
something, it can really help. And one of the things I did, I was on an event yesterday, a virtual event, and they had what they called laser coaching, and they let people bring to the community. There was like 60 people on the call, something you're working on, and I brought a question and I got the answer from the mentors, but then I also in the chat lots of people came up with ideas and different perspective because they can see it from a different space. And so like you said, you did that using mentors and the people in your community and your friends and things. So sometimes bring what you're looking at. The other thing I find that's interesting is you might think that there's this solution or that solution, but if you open your mind to think, oh, it could be this solution and that solution, how could they both be the answer? How can they both work? Often that will expand your thinking too, and to get the input and brainstorming from other people on solutions, and then think, okay, how could maybe many of these work? Because sometimes a challenge has more than one um, way of solving it, and all are good and can be used to have an even bigger result on the positive than you expected, right? Make it even bigger than you expected. So,
of course. And I'm also enrolled into very high end, very philosophical management course
mm,
on which we are doing that. There is
mm,
18 people around me, all of the
mhm,
managers, leaders, and you listen to their perspectives. And my mentor always says that there is no answer that is wrong about any topic, or
mhm,
there is no solution that is only right solution
mm,
to the and especially on a business and management perspective when we are talking about decision making, strategic
mhm,
approaches, because it's about the vision. So
mhm.
yeah, I would say that. And one more tip, if I may, never
Mhm.
stop learning, because I
Yeah,
thought that there was nothing left for me to learn, but there is so much more. So
yeah. Yeah, I feel that way too. I mean, I'm very knowledgeable and I'm definitely an expert in my area and in my industry, but I am constantly going to things and trying to reach to people that are even smart. And I heard something, and I probably have heard it before, but I needed to hear it again. And if sometimes you know things and you're not necessarily applying them to your life or your situation, hearing them again helps. And yesterday I heard when you set a goal, because that's the other thing I was thinking is people don't dream big enough, right? And so to set a very reasonable goal and then a mid-sized goal and then a really just crazy what if this happened goal, so that you're not setting yourself up to fail with just the goal that's so far away and then you just walk away feeling disappointed or failing, but you have these three tiers of goals to see where can you go. And so often when people do that, they find themselves, far past their small reasonable goal, but stretching towards those other ones. And I think that can be exciting and motivating. But sometimes I forget and I just set one goal for whatever the project is. And so I was so glad to hear that again, and go, oh, yeah, I need to make sure I have, the reasonable goal that's still a goal that stretches you a little, but is realistic for the time frame and the statistics and all the things you evaluate when you're making your goals. But then give some more of those, stretch further kind of goals and see.
Definitely, definitely. I totally agree on that topic. Now I'm realizing that when I was starting the business, naturally I had this. I don't know how or why, but naturally I had this because I'm very ambitious and I was
Mhm,
setting up. Even now, my partners in my businesses, they are always saying that idea of you having on board is that you are coming and saying those crazy ideas, and then we try to realize that
mhm,
because we understand that there is no one that could say that, okay, let's build now energy holding with like 10 companies in it and then reach out IPO. These are crazy big goals. But
mhm,
on the other hand, I always say, okay, we need like next year plan, in terms of something, not like
mhm,
detailed plan, but in terms of
mhm,
something. Okay, what we want to achieve next year or what we want to achieve in 3 years.
mhm,
And these setups, the expectations right, because I think in
mhm,
terms of goal setting, expectation is the key, because when you
mhm,
set up the goal too big, then the expectation is that you can reach it in 6 months and then you fail because it's
mhm,
not possible. So I think the whole idea about goals is to manage those expectations and goal
mhm.
setting.
Yeah, I think that is very, very, very true. So now give us a nonprofit cause that you care about. My followers are used to this. They're typing in the chat already. They know it's time. They're like, oh, we love this cause. We love that cause. Our hope is that we will inspire you out there as they share in the comments their favorite causes, or as we discuss causes today together, that you'll be inspired to give time, treasure, or talent to some amazing cause out there that's close to your heart or that you see in our comments or hear about. Now, this is an interesting topic for you because I know you mentioned that you're really close to your heart right now is doing a lot of support work pro bono for these small startups to help them achieve their goals. Yeah.
Yes, this is what I do, and I think this is what I can do, and this is pretty necessary, because there are so many young and talented people. Me myself, I have a brother who is 10 years, 9 years younger than me, and I see that he's trying his best. He's working, as hard as possible, but same time he could not compete with the economy because economy is
Mhm,
growing so fast that these young people cannot really come up in line in terms of
mhm,
financial means to for example afford the housing or afford the
mhm,
way of living they want. So I think this might be for me, the non-profit cause that I care about, mostly because this is what I can do to support them. And I always have pro bono cases, and currently I
mhm,
have a couple of them actually, in
mhm,
terms of assistance, advisory, and also coaching. So I try to
mhm,
go one-on-one coaching. I just got booked for one, and to help them to develop, for example, career, to develop their business, or to develop their goals that they want. And I think this is the way we should care as a community, as I already
Mhm.
mentioned, because I don't think that we are separately, each of us is the separate person. No, we are part of community, so
Yeah.
we need to share that. This is my belief, of course.
I agree with you. And then one of the other great things that we've talked about prior to the show is, how important it is to, of course we want to improve ourselves and we want to help and support our family and even our direct community, but remembering to go beyond us. And that doesn't always have to be something that you share with everyone. It's really great to inspire other people to do something good and to say, hey, I'm doing this great thing, but it's also wonderful when you can give your time, treasure, and talent. And maybe only you know about it. It's the anonymous giving is also a very beautiful thing to do, and so give that a thought as you're going through your day today. Please hit the share button and inspire someone to do something great today. Now we're going to talk about books. So if you're an author, if you have a book that you love and it helped you with your personal life or it really helped you grow your business, throw it in the comments, hit share because someone needs to read that book today. I just know it. But we're going to get a book from our guest and we may have to get it translated. I don't know.
Yes, I'm not sure if that book is in English, but definitely it's called The First Garment by Georgian author Guram Dochanashvili, who passed away a couple of years ago. And
Mm,
I think this book changed my life.
mm,
And on the Wikipedia, if you Google it, you will find it. And I
mhm,
really love the definition. It said in this novel, traditional motives of good, evil, love, morality, and the like are illuminated in a new light and unfold
mm.
as a dramatic narrative against the background of an odd merging humor and aesthetics. So I think
Wow.
this is very intriguing.
Yeah.
Let's say description for that book. So if you find it in English, go for it. If not, I think there is many tools online that will help
Mhm.
to translate and give it a
Well,
try.
we'll make sure we add the Wikipedia link and the information about the book in. I'm thinking nowadays, if you can get the digital copy of a book or you can have a book translated, I mean, I'm pretty sure everything is available in every form at this point in the world with all of our AI and our
Absolutely.
technology and transcribing and translating and all of this is so much is possible now. And you know what you just said that is most impactful to me is that this person recently passed away, but he wrote a book that changed your life, and when someone else gets their hands on this book it could change their life, and for 50 or 100 years from now still, long after the person is gone, they left a legacy of inspiration and support, and essentially kind of coaching us one-on-one with this book, right? um, in
Yes.
our journey, and that's a wonderful thing to think about is put what you know, what you love, what you believe, what you think, what you're passionate about in a book, in a program, in a course, in a video. I just watched not long ago a black and white video of Napoleon Hill, and I was just totally lit on fire and re-sparked my, okay, I have to do this with my business now, and I'm going to make this the
Yeah.
goal, and I can do it. And this person is not, no, not been here for a while now, but he is
Yeah.
still making an impact on other people's lives because they left behind a medium, a video that I could ingest on YouTube, right? Um,
Yeah.
and so our hope is that we leave a legacy. So how about you? Is there a book in your future to leave a legacy for yourself?
Definitely, definitely. I think after a certain period of years, I'll be ready for that.
Mhm.
I want to write the story of David because I think it was pretty interesting. We talked only 0.003 or 2% that
Yeah.
is behind because I was born. It was very interesting era when I was born. It was. okay, Georgia was a part of Soviet Union. Soviet Union was breaking. I went in my childhood years through a very hard life,
Mm,
meaning no electricity, no food, no water, many topics,
mm,
and I saw how the country actually developed and how the things changed during and of course technology, because when I was a child there was no phone. So there is so many things that I
mm.
can talk about in the book of my life, and definitely it is coming up, and hopefully it will be soon.
And it's fascinating that your gift is technology and energy, and investing in money when you came from a time when there wasn't technology and you didn't have the energy or electricity, and
Yeah.
and resources were very thin. So
Childhood traumas pays back,
yeah, yeah, that's very fascinating. And
Eh,
I think it's interesting though, because we are in they say the information age, but technology has gone crazy. Because like when I, was dating my husband, and when I was in high school, there was no cell phones, or the new cell phones, they were car phones or in a briefcase, or like it was just beginning. And it's very much fascinating time, just like the industrial age, when railroads came across the United States, and manufacture plants, and production lines, were the concept of mass production was invented, and then there was humans doing it and also machinery doing it, and it was this explosion of industry. And now we have this explosion of information and technology, and we're in that space. And I still love to watch documentaries and even movies that cover that time frame, when you're watching the country grow into this place that really offers, for me, of course, I love the United States. I love the whole world, but it's exciting to see when our country was exploding with that. That's our heritage, that's our history.
yes,
And so that's fascinating. And now, as a globe, this is our history, right? That the information and technology has taken over the whole world, and you're not just different specific countries, or different, everywhere. It's so available
yes,
almost everywhere. I know there's some places still that have their locational challenges, and technology hasn't quite entered their space as strong as others. There's still some places the internet's not available. Can't imagine going somewhere with no cell signal. Where would I be in the world? In the jungle somewhere, maybe.
yeah, but reliance on the phones is less there, so you rely on the natural instincts. Which way
Yeah,
should I go?
I don't think I have any of those. I'd be in trouble.
That's the problem of technology. Yeah, I
My
remember
GPS
my
is not working. What do you mean I'm supposed to use a compass? What?
yeah, or even more natural. There is a way to guess the heading using the ant's um, home. So it
Oh.
depends. Yeah, so there are natural ways. For
Well,
example,
and
you can
moss typically grows on
by
the front
most.
side of a
That's what I
tree,
wanted to
and
say.
then
Yeah.
also the
So
sun, and the sun's
you know
location, and
them.
the stars, and the stars' location. I watch movies, okay? But it doesn't mean I know how to do it.
Yeah, but you know, when something is deeply into your mind or memory, and then you are into that situation,
Yeah.
brain is giving you that signals.
All
Okay, you remember
survival,
that
all
was that.
survival resources float to
Yeah,
the top.
but I always joke when I'm too tired of this old technology and everything,
Mhm,
I might go up in the mountains as a shepherd and
mhm.
and
Yeah.
live there
Yeah, well,
because
actually, I just did that. I went for 2 days with my girlfriends up in the mountains, and literally no cell service, no nothing.
amazing.
And we just had the trees and the water, and we did a fire outside, and just
It's
enjoyed it,
cool.
conversation in each other's company. No television, no,
Face to
just
face.
humans, and humans in
I think
nature. That's all that we had. We went hiking, and we just enjoyed ourselves away from technology. I didn't have my
I
phone in
think
my hand because it wasn't working.
yeah. I think that this kind of reset would become more and more like necessary for
Yeah,
the society, because it's
yeah.
amazing, because we're part of the nature as well. Yeah, we
Hmm.
want to see, we want to enjoy. And for example, I mentioned coaching. I always try to plan face to face coaching, not online,
Oh,
because
that's nice.
yeah, because you feel it's not only talking. It's about the feeling, what she or
Hmm.
he is feeling, and what energy we are exchanging. And I think this is what we are losing a little bit because of
Mm.
the technology. But I'm sure that the Gen Z and newer generations, they will adapt and they will change that to the way it is necessary. I'm a big fan of Gen Z, by the way.
Well, I tell you what, I have made so many relationships and true friendships this way, because they're on the other side of the world, and I would have never met them otherwise.
Of
And
course, this is the
I
positive side.
do think that we feel the energy from one another, and that we can build a relationship. And I have to say, I've actually had a chance to meet some of these people over time that I was friends with for years before we ever got to physically meet. And the hug and the contact is so exciting. But I tell you, it's the same as if, I mean, a little bit better, but of course, but I still feel it's a good connection. I think some connection is better than no connection. Always in
Yeah,
person
of
is
course, of
preferred.
course. This is
But
very big advantage of technology, and there are so many positive points to tag.
mhm.
And actually, this was an opportunity created by technology as well to
Yeah, I mean,
meet
how
us
many
on the
hours will
coffee.
we have to be in a plane to have you interview at my location? A lot of hours.
No, okay, I think more than 15 hours, because
Yeah,
now I'm calculating. I used to fly to Germany. It was 4 hours, and then I used
mhm.
to fly to New Orleans. I think it was 10 or something like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, and I'm
It's a lot
further.
of
Yeah,
hours.
so yeah.
It's a lot
Yes,
of
so
hours.
definitely. I'm very glad. It's been so lovely to have you on my show. I hope you've had as much fun as I have.
Definitely. Thank you
Oh,
for
good.
inviting. It has been amazing and very positive energy, and I feel more free now, I think.
Well, that is wonderful. So, if you're out there and you're thinking, wait, I've written a book, or I could help a business owner grow their business, or I could help someone improve their life, and I would love to be on Profound Professional Show, reach out to us and our team, and we will tell you how to get yourself scheduled and booked, because we would love to feature you, your story, and how you're serving and helping the world be a better place. So, before we say goodbye and close our show out today, can you give us a final thought, a piece of information or inspiration as we go today?
Yes, definitely. I want to say start with gratitude. Thanks a lot, because it's been really nice to be a guest on your show. As a final thought, I think there is no point to wait for. This is always that I'm trying to spread,
Mm,
because I used to wait for 2 years before I started my own business. And I don't know what I was waiting for. Yeah, sometimes it's worth waiting, but I think earlier you start to do something on your own, or have a business of your own, or be a, I don't know, a freelancer, or be a boss of yourself, then it's better. So I think go for it. It's never early or it's never late. That's the time you need to do it now.
Do it now. I love it. That's a great final thought. You don't know this, but I am quoted. A quote from Jessica Koch is, "Now is later sooner, so do it now." Because I used to
That's
I
exactly.
have all these children. They say, "Oh, mom, I'll clean my room later." No, no. Now is later sooner, so do it now.
So we agree on that topic.
I think we agree on a lot of topics. It's been great to have you. It has been great to have another show. I am your host, as always, Jessica Koch. This is Profound Professionals. And until next time, be kind to yourself out there and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.